welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for, I think we're at 70 subscribers now. Definitely did not think that I would have this many at this point. Thank you so much to everybody who's watched my very first YouTube tutorial. We're almost at 1,000 views on that, which is absolutely insane to me, but also that means like almost 1,000 of you have watched it and only 70 of you are subscribing, so I see you. But today we're going to be looking at some pieces I've made so far within the last, I'm going to lump it into 1 year's worth of crochet. Ugh, cat hair in my mouth. I'm going to clump it up to 1 year's worth of crochet, but some of these pieces I did make last year. So keep that in mind. Some of these are kind of older. Some of these you've definitely seen before. So also keep that in mind. And a couple of these are currently in my Etsy shop to purchase. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna kind of have these in categories. We're gonna do tops, hats, bags, and accessories. So starting with the hats I've made so far. The oldest hat I have in my stash right now is this very cute, I call this the watermelon bucket. I did granny squares around for the band. We got the swirl on the top and this cute little frilly band. Clyde? I'll just put it on over this for a second. I love this hat. I actually started writing a pattern for it, but I wasn't getting a lot of traction or interest from other people. So if you want a pattern for this, let me know, because I'm pretty sure I have a pattern for it like half written saved somewhere. These are so nice for in the summertime. I love wearing these to the river or the beach. The swirl on top is really popular. Like, I feel like that's what really, you know, gets people's attention. But I've also made this in a blue version, blue and like this teal color. I do make these with 100% cotton yarn, preferably Lily Sugar and Cream, because I love them. So that's the first hat. I have two more hats. These ones I had initially made for a Valentine's Day drop. Nothing sold. So I still have everything from that. So you're probably gonna see some Valentine's Day or pink and red items in this video today. But I did make this cute little striped, semi-swirly little, like kind of like a baby doll bucket hat is kind of what I would call this, or like a more relaxed bucket hat, and kind of hangs really nice, or it does hang really nicely over the head. I have a bandana on right now, so I'm not gonna put it on my head, but you get the idea. Next one, I made PassioknitKelsie's Checkered Bucket hat. I had some leftover black sparkly yarn from a top I made, and so I decided to use it in this hat. I don't even know if you can see the sparkles, but it's like twinkly, or it's called, it was like the big twist Twinkle. I really love this one. I've actually worn it a couple times and have made a few cute outfits with it. I highly recommend following her tutorial for this. I will actually, it won't let me link in my bio for some reason, so I'll link it in the comments. Okay, next is like swimsuit tops or like bralettes, I guess. I'll insert a photo over here of what it looks like on, just because I don't want to try everything on. But this is my own design that I've made. So you have the cups. I use I-cords for these straps. So this is just like your classic bikini, ties around the top, ties around the back. But I've made on the bottom of my cups, I make double crochets with chain spaces between to weave in the string for the bottom. So you can tighten this if you want, so it holds the tatas a little better. I feel like these are better for people who are larger chested. I made one for my friend Isha, and hers are a little bit bigger than mine. Okay, they're a lot a bit bigger, but point is, it fits her really well because she can adjust the bottom of it. So yeah, this one is made with 100% cotton as well in Lily, Sugar, and Cream. I don't remember the colorway, but I will put any yarn information in the description in case you guys are interested in these colors. So moving on to tops, I have a few here. Speaking of Valentine's Day, since we were just looking at those hats, I freehanded this. I'm so proud of it. It is a mesh top with a heart in the center. So I made chain spaces for the mesh, and then I just didn't make chain spaces where the heart is to make that shape. This is super cute. I will also insert photo here. Next, I definitely made this last year. A friend of mine was throwing a pumpkin carving party like a couple weeks before Halloween. So I made this really cute scrap yarn top. I had all these colors from making other things and decided to make this cute little top. I will also insert a photo of this here. This is a favorite of mine because when I freehanded it, it always feels good to freehand something and have it actually work out. But I also created spaces, like a tighter row here, so it kind of hugs the top and really makes this bottom flare. I've thought about making a tutorial for this like pattern and the stitches I used and everything. I used a pretty good combination of stitches. You got like your granny clusters, your double crochets, you got some mesh going on in here, some single crochet, half doubles, all kinds of stuff. So this one's really fun. I think it looks great with all the colors, and I'm definitely saving this for next year's pumpkin carving party. Felicia, are you watching? Because you should be. Next, I also made these last two tops last year. We've all seen this one. I have it all over my social media. It's currently in my Etsy for sale. I love it. It's so nice. It's made with, so the white yarn is just acrylic, just boring acrylic yarn, but the green, pink, and yellow, I got them from a local shop down in Beaverton, Oregon. I can't remember the name of it because it's been so long, but this yarn cost me a pretty penny, but it was definitely worth it. The texture is so nice. It's so soft. I believe it's made with mohair or some kind of wool. Again, I forgot, I lost the label, don't be mad at me. So next top is similar to the last one. This is made with the Lion brand Coboo yarn. I really like this yarn. It is quite thin, so it did take it a while to work up. And I used a 5mm crochet hook, which I think next time I'll probably use like a 4, just because I'm not a huge fan of how meshy it looks, but that's just me. This one's also pretty cropped. I did make a cute little like keyhole in the back, which is really nice and cute and fun. Lots of airflow in this one. It's very flowy. It sits really nicely, so I love it. I love it. And I also recommend that yarn for your spring tops and your summer tops, or dresses and shorts and things like that. It just sits so nicely on the body, like it just hugs really nicely. So last for tops that I'll probably show today is my black sparkly peplum. This is what kind of inspired my YouTube tutorial, which I guess that top counts too, so I'll put that in here as well. But this sparkly yarn by Big Twist, I love it. It's giving holiday season, Christmas, New Year's. I love it. In fact, I believe I made it for New Year's, but didn't finish it in time because there's really no excuse. I just didn't finish it, but I'm excited to wear it to things next year. It does have a nice little like peplum, oh my gosh, scalloped edge to it on the collar, the sleeve, and the sleeves. And I also did it along the bottom. It's just a little smaller on the bottom. I almost forgot, I also made this last year. A friend of mine gifted me this yarn. This is the Juicy Couture Joann's what did they do? Collaborate. They collaborated on this yarn. There is a sparkly version of this yarn. Mine is not the sparkly version. It's just the normal velour velvet. I did leave all my ends unwoven just because I kind of liked the like falling apart kind of look. It's like a fun little thing just to like throw over the top of something, you know, just something cute to layer with. So yeah, there's that one. Onto bags. I made this really fun market bag with some leftover yarn I had from like a separate project. It's got a solid stitched base with a mesh body and 2 straps in the big twists. I think this was like neon pink and lavender maybe for the color names. I'll see if I can find the color names and put them down below. But I love this bag. It's perfect for like the beach, the river, the park, little picnic outing. Throw some books in here, whatever. I love it so much, and it also works very well for a market bag, like at the farmer's market. So adding to the bags list, I also have been experimenting with my sewing machine and lining my bags. The first bag that I did that with was this really cute granny square bag. This is the Red Heart Granny Square yarn. I don't remember the colorway, but I really liked how those squares turned out. And then I lined it with the white acrylic, and then I inserted some of this really cute floral fabric that I got from, I think I got this from Hobby Lobby or Joann's. As you can see, I did not line it all the way to the top. I tried, and it was way harder than I thought it was gonna be. And my stitch work is not really the best on this one. So it was really fun experience, and I'm glad that I started doing it because it has improved since. My favorite part of this bag is the straps. You can untie these and tie them to the opposite across. You can do whatever you want. It's very easy to adjust. And last bag I made very recently, and this was for I was a pattern tester, and I enjoyed doing this so much, and I hope to test more patterns in the future because it was just so fun, so fun. So this is the Fairy Fly bag by Mama Stitches. It is a paid pattern. So cute. And in her pattern, she does give you instructions on how to line it. I chose to use my sewing machine to line it, and I used this adorable mushrooms. I got this from Hobby Lobby. They only had a little bit left, so I took what was left of it, and it wasn't much. But I'm glad I did because it looks so good as the liner on this bag. The strap, I made my strap too short, I think, but I like it. I think it makes a really cute little shoulder bag. And my stitch work is so much better. Don't look at that part. That part's not good. But my stitch work for my sewing machine is a little bit better. It is improving. So, and I'm noticing where my mistakes are so that I can be better in the future. So yeah, definitely go check her out. I will also link her YouTube channel in the comments below. I love her so much, and I actually I literally just got the notification that I was selected to be a pattern tester for her new free pattern. So check her out. She's awesome. I love what she makes. It's so cute and colorful. So cute. Okay, sorry, you guys fell over, so I had to adjust. So if the framing looks different, I'm sorry. But moving on to accessories, I have been experimenting with making earrings. And yes, I mean crochet earrings. We had a winter storm not too long ago here in Washington, and I was trapped at home and really bored and decided to try and make some fun earrings, and this is the outcome of that. I did post a video of these, and a few people really liked them. I don't really plan on making a tutorial for this just because I don't actually have like the right tools. but I made these hoops and I attached, how do I do this? Here we go. I crocheted some little hearts with some embroidery thread and attached them here with a little metal clasp. They are very cute. Every time I wear them, I get a lot of compliments. I love them. I think that you could probably make all different kinds this way. I prefer hoops. I think hoops are really cute, especially with like longer hair. So I also ended up making these ones. These ones are pretty basic. I just crocheted around the post of the hoop in this really pretty like mustard yellow. And again, I did use embroidery thread for these. I go between like a 3mm crochet. I go between a 3mm crochet hook and like a 2.5 to 2 when I make stuff like this. And then we have another pair of heart earrings. Oh gosh, sorry, these were in my bathroom drawer because I actually wear these ones, all of these, and so they're kind of like gross just from like my hairbrush and stuff. But these ones, I just use a regular, I don't know what you call this. I don't know what this is called, like a hook earring, I guess. And I tied the hearts directly onto the base of them so they don't move. These ones are so, so cute. I love the color that I picked for these ones. Next, I've been experimenting with scrunchies as well. Everybody's making scrunchies right now, and I love it. I really like how this green one turned out that I made. This is double-stranded embroidery thread. I used a 4mm crochet hook and I just crocheted directly around the band. It's so cute. It's literally so cute, and it's so lightweight. I like that it's smaller. I have a lot of hair, but I also don't have, like I have an undercut. So when I make scrunchies with the thicker yarns, like a 4-weight or like the velvet yarn, it doesn't like hold my hair right for some reason, and maybe that's just a me problem, but these work so good, and I definitely plan on making more in different colors. I love them. I also made some baby scrunchies. You could use these for your kiddo, or you could also use them at the ends of your braids, is what I do. I think it brings a really cute element to your outfits, makes your hair look fun. I've also worn them with, see, there's a hair stuck to it. At least you know I use them. And they last because these things have held up really well. I get the thinner hair bands for these ones. They also make really cute little scrunchies for 2 little buns, space buns, little ponytails. I love these. Again, I want to make some in more colors. Love them. I love them. If you would buy something like this, please comment below so that I can add them to my Etsy, because they're super easy to make, they're super quick, and there are endless colors, endless color combos. So since we're on the topic of scrunchies, I did find a chunkier yarn that I do like making scrunchies with. This is the Big Twist Hush line. As far as I know, this one hasn't been discontinued. I know there's like another one that's been discontinued, and all the amigurumi crocheters are like losing their minds. I'm so sorry. This is not the same, but it's still really good. It's so soft. It doesn't break your hair when you wear this, like this texture in your hair. I also made matching headbands. I wore this set, the green set, when it snowed here, and my ears were so warm. The bands on these are made thick enough to cover your ear completely. Again, I'm not going to try it on because I have my hair done today and I don't want to mess it up. I'm going somewhere later. But I'll insert a photo of me wearing it. So cute. It's so cute to have them match. I also make these in a maroon color. I have a gray, and I have a lavender purple. Sticking with winter wear, I got this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I think it's the I Love This Yarn brand. I had made think I made a scarf with this colorway, and I had some left over. So to match the scarf, which I gifted to my sister, and I don't have photos of it, I'm sorry. We have a matching ear warmer headband, but then I also had enough to make these cute little fingerless hand warmers. I was trying to find the thumb hole. And I love them. They're really simple. It's just a back loop only to give it the ribbed effect. They are very nice. You can still text, keep your hands warm. And how cute, matching. Love it. I never wore it, but if it doesn't, I don't know, if it just sits in here, I might as well use it, you know? Moving on to more accessories. We have some headbands that I made. I made this really cute pink and like plummy purple color, or like maroon color. We have a solid maroon, and then we have the solid plum that I'm wearing today. I love these. I followed PassioknitKelsie's tutorial on how she makes her bandanas. She also makes them with this cute peplum edge. I love them. They're so easy to make. They're so fast. I think I can make them in like 15 minutes. They're awesome. I love them. The only difference with mine is I did make my straps really long, and that's because I always feel like it's sliding off my head if they're short and you can only tie them underneath. So what I did was I made them long enough so you can bring them up, cross them, and then pull them back down to tie behind your head. So it feels way more secure. It holds my hair better. I don't know. It just works better for me. So if you're ever wanting to wear crochet bandanas and you're like, they're always falling off my head, make your straps extra long so that they can wrap over the top of so that way it wraps around. I hope I'm explaining this right. Wraps around the bottom, and then you bring it up, cross over, and then bring it down with enough slack to tie. I make it long enough to tie a little like loop, like a little bow, but you can just also make it to like tie a knot. So yeah. So moving on to some tapestries I've made. I went through a little bit of a phase where I was kind of obsessed with the tapestry crochet. My first one failed, and I don't know where it is. It was supposed to be Gudetama being held between chopsticks. If you don't know who Gudetama is, what are you doing? Also, go Google it, because he's just a lazy egg. If you know, you know. So after my mess up, I decided to do a different tapestry that was literally ginormous. I don't know why I made it so big for it only being like my second one. I did it for a Secret Santa gift because I was like, well, if it's wonky, I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make any sense, but I trusted the fact that I could do it, and I did it. I don't have it, obviously, because I gave it away, but I'll put a picture right here. It's the cover to the Black Parade from My Chemical Romance. The person I made it for is a really big fan of them, so I decided to do that. I use a website called Stitch Fiddle. I believe it's Stitch Fiddle. I'll put the link in the comments because you can upload any image you want and make it a graph pattern for tapestry crochet. They also have the option to make it a cross stitch pattern. You can pick what colors you're using so that it lines up correctly. I believe you have to pay for certain parts of it if you want to work more advanced and add a bunch of colors. But for the most part, like, you can get away with using the free version just fine. You can also make your own, so you can draw on the chart yourself and make an image and crochet that, which is how I ended up uploading an image, but I did adjust it as needed. And then I also did the same thing with this tapestry. I made this for my roommate for Christmas. It is Homer Simpson disappearing into the bushes. I used glow-in-the-dark yarn for his eyes and his t-shirt. So when it's hanging on the wall at night, he's just staring at you while you're sleeping. So moving on to like sweaters slash cardigans. When I first started making crochet things, all I wanted to do is make clothing. I do have one sweater stashed away that, it was like the first sweater I ever made. Is so bad. So maybe I'll pull it out at the end and you can see it. That way you can see that not everyone starts perfect. You know, this took so much practice to get to the point that I'm at now. But I have a few items over here. Again, a few things you've probably seen if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram. But starting with what I would call my art teacher sweater is this really fun purple and like multicolored sweater. I followed Erin B's tutorial. I'll also link that in the comments below. Super easy, super straightforward, really basic, but you can do so much with it. Another pullover sweater. This one was made with some yarn that I bought and had literally no reason as to why I bought it. I did not plan on making anything, but ended up making this. The dark purple was some scrap yarn that I found in my giant stash. Speaking of which, I need to stop buying yarn, but I did a little border on the bottom. It's just a granny square hexagon cardigan, but it's closed in the front, and I made a little collar to it. I'd say I wear this the most out of all my crochet things, mostly when I'm just like hanging out around the house and stuff. The sleeves are really long though, like I made them way too long. I don't know whose arms these are made for, but they're ginormous. It would also be good as like a summer evening like pullover sweatshirt, like when it's kind of chilly out but not cold enough to really want to wear like a actual sweatshirt. This is like perfect for that. Cardigans, I have 2 cardigans here. I want to say I've made more, but I can't remember right now. My most popular one is this granny square cardigan. It's not cropped. It hits like right at the hip. The sleeves, again, I tried to use 1 cake of yarn per side and I did, but the sleeves just feel a little short. I think if I ever made one of these again, I might just get a little extra just so that they're not so short, because yeah, like it either needs to be like quarter sleeve or it needs to go all the way to the end. And it's next we have, I think, one of the first cardigans I ever made. This one is made with 1 cake of the Lion brand mandala. It's the Lion brand mandala cake. This one it's cropped. I'm not a huge fan of how the sleeves turned out. Both sleeves look like this one because I don't like this like seafoam green color. If anything, I'd probably just pick a different cake. But the back, I love, love, love how the back fades. We got the orange with the pink and the purple. I did the brown border to match all the earthy tones. That was just again, some scrap yarn I had. And then I added these really cute little wooden buttons. I found these at Joann's as well. And then on the opposite side, this was one thing I really liked about this cardigan, was because it's ribbed, I could have just left like spaces like for the buttons to go through, little holes for the buttons to go through, but instead I ended up top stitching on the ribbing and creating this loop, and I just think that it's so cute. It's sturdier. If these, because I use separate yarn for these, if these like start to fray or get too loose or they break, it doesn't ruin the ribbing of the sweater itself, and you can just get some more brown yarn and recrochet them on. If anyone's interested in a tutorial on how I did that, I would be so happy to make it, because I think it adds to the cardigan and it saves you a little bit, because we all know that when you wear handmade items a lot, there's the potential of them, like, you know, starting to fall apart, or not necessarily fall apart, but like fray in places, stretch in places. that maybe we don't necessarily want them to stretch. And so I think that that saves you the pain and suffering of wearing something so much because you love it and watching it kind of, you know, fall apart a little bit. So, and I mean like years of wearing it. I have some items that I've worn a ton and washed a ton and they still have held together, but sometimes things happen. I think that's everything. There's probably more things, but at this point I've made so many items that it's kind of hard to keep track. But if you're interested in anything that I may make in the future, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. It says they don't want to be that person, and then there you are asking people to subscribe.